doctor told me I'm in need of your medicine. I need your love and I need you, I need everything. Love will go love me past, love will go take you last. I need your love and I'm promising you everything.
Hey my girly pops, what's poppin'? It's Maya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the start of back to school season, which is low-key kind of insane. Like, I feel like we just started summer, I just filmed my first summer video, and somehow we're wrapping it up. But as an 8th grader, I thought I would give you guys some middle school advice. I feel like this would be really helpful for 6th graders, 7th graders, even 8th graders, or if you're in a grade that's not one of those, this video could still help you out. So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Picture me after this video. Stay to the end of this one, of course, and let's get right on into it. So I have my iPad here and I have out on my notes some like middle school advice, of course. So if I look down or look anywhere that's not at you guys, that's why. And I have 4 main categories I'm going to be talking about, and then subcategories and all that fun stuff. So first off, we have organization, friend, grades, and some random advice that I thought you guys should know. But let's start off with how to stay organized in middle school. First off, I think you need to invest in a planner right now. Planners are so important, so helpful, and you should really always have this with you. You're going to want to put test dates, homework assignment dates, and literally anything. I even like to put in my planner like that I got an assignment that day. Like if it's Monday, I got an assignment and it's due on Friday, I like to put in my planner that I got it on Monday, just so I know that like this assignment, honestly, I should not be working on this assignment on Thursday. Like, why don't I just go ahead and get it done today? It's just great to know when you get your assignments, but especially when they're due. The next thing is to have folders for each class, or just have something separate for each class. Like, I don't recommend using like the same notebook or like the same journal for every single class, because you're going from probably having maybe 1 class to, for me personally, I have 8 classes now, which is a whole lot different and a whole lot more work. So I think it's so much easier to have everything separate, because you don't want to forget about something, because honestly all of your assignments are really important. Next thing is to make sure you study consistently, and by this I practically mean every single night. Teachers like to spring things on you that's called a pop quiz, and that's basically when they did not tell you that you were going to have an assignment. It was basically up to you that have been studying prior, and one day they're just gonna be like, okay class, pop quiz, and everyone's gonna be like, what? But you need to be that girly that's like, oh, okay, I already know the material, I know the 1 + 1 = 2, like where the whole rest of the class thinks the 1 + 1 = 11. Like, you studied, and that's why you really need to study for pop quizzes. And honestly, just to know the material, it's gonna really help you out on quizzes, tests, homework assignments, state tests, literally everything. So make sure that you're studying literally every night. When you're studying, I personally like to go over my notes, use things like Quizlets, and really just do anything to help me study the material. I know in my civics class last year, we had a whole lot of material to go over, and the teacher was really nice and made different like study things on different like websites to use, like Quizlet and Gimkit, and it just like really helped us out with studying. But if your teacher doesn't do that, really take full on responsibility and make it yourself, because teachers aren't always going to do it for you, and as you're getting older, you need to take studying into your own hands so that you can do well in your classes. My last thing is to go through all of your assignments for that day and see which one is the biggest, and do that one first. Literally just tackle it and get it done. You're gonna realize that it's not as much work as you thought it was, to be honest. Sometimes I think an assignment is gonna take hours when it literally takes like 15 minutes. Of course, like, don't rush through your work or anything, but just get it done, get it over with. For me personally, I have a YouTube, I have a life, I have sports. I don't want to be doing schoolwork all night, so for me, I like to try to get my work done in class, and if I can't do that, then I'll try to get it done in other classes and free time, and then if I absolutely have to, I'll do my homework at home. I know, tough concept, right? But that's what works for me personally. And just get everything done as soon as you get it. That's what I was saying earlier, to not just write down when the assignment is due, but write down when you get it so that you can like have accountability for yourself and know that it's really important to get stuff done right when you see it. Like, just literally don't push it off. Procrastination is real, but just try to avoid it as much as you can, to be honest. Okay, the next category is friends, and this can be really tough for middle school. For me personally, I did not know anyone at my middle school. Like, literally no one from my elementary school came to the middle school that I went to, so it was definitely tough at first, but I think these tips are really going to help you out, so keep on watching. If you haven't gotten your soda and your popcorn yet, make sure you do that, and let's keep on going with the video. Okay, a big thing is that your besties are most likely not going to be made on the first day of school. First day, you're probably going to be like really nervous and not talking to a whole lot of people, or if you're a major extrovert, and that's not like me at all, maybe you'll go ahead and meet them, but most likely you are not. But you should definitely like scout out potential friends, and this might seem like a weird concept. You might be like, Maya, what are you talking about right now? But basically, let's just say someone is walking down the stairs and falls, and you see this other girly, go up to them, help them up, make sure they're okay. Take a mental note that that person, you might want to be their friend because you saw that they were so nice, they took initiative and they went and helped someone. That's good friend qualities right there, and that might be someone you want to be friends with. So maybe in a few days or a few weeks when you're more comfortable at middle school, maybe you'll go up to them and maybe they'll be your bestie. Who knows? But just like scouting out circles of people as well, because you want to surround yourself with good people, which we'll talk about in a little bit. This next tip is something that you've probably heard already, but if you haven't, join clubs, join sports, join literally anything that your school offers. This is one of the best ways to make friends. Like, I 99.99999% guarantee that you're going to make at least one friend through this. When you join a club, let's just say like a craft club, and then this other girl sits at like the desk next to you, you could easily be her friend or just talk to her because you guys have a common interest, which in this case happens to be crafting. You guys could like talk about craft supplies, your favorite craft. I honestly don't know, but you could easily make conversation with them because you guys have that common interest, and then you can like spread out conversation and keep on like discussing, and maybe you guys could like meet up to like go to the craft fair together, or like to go and like paint in the park. I don't know really, but it's just a great way to make friends, is just to join something so that you have a group of people that are all really invested and really enjoy something just as much as you do. Be open to new things. Join clubs, like I was saying, join ones, maybe you're already into crafts, but maybe if you're not, join it anyways. Branch out. You're in middle school, we're still all figuring our stuff out, so joining something and maybe it will be your new favorite thing. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good girlies. Your friendship circle will change, but you want to start off with like a good set of people. That's what I was saying, like the first day you can maybe like scout out for some other girlies and see, maybe you want to like start hanging out with them, maybe they look like they're fun to be around. But it will change, and it could change from many different reasons. People change, of course. They might not be like the same person that they were when you first met, and that's totally okay. But just like notice it, and if they've changed in like a negative way and you don't want to be around them, that's perfectly okay. Like, don't like stay with them just because you guys met on the first day and you feel like you're obligated. Like, you need to do what's best for you, and if they're not good for you, don't be around them. Stay away from drama. You want to look back on your middle school years and be like, hey yo, that was fun. You don't want to look back and be like, ugh. You don't want to die over the amount of drama that happened in your middle school years. We don't tolerate negativity over here on Maya's portfolio and in this little community we have here. So if there's so much drama to the point that someone is being mean to you, you need to cut them off right now. Like, do I need to make a whole video on toxic friends and relationships and friendships? Because Negativity and drama is not okay. We treat people with respect and dignity like they deserve, and we need to get that right on back. On the topic of negativity, ignore the bullies. Stay away from them. If someone is bullying you though, and you honestly don't know what to do, talk to a trusted adult, whether that is like a parent, teacher, guidance counselor, even the principal if it gets to that point. Because girly, you deserve all of your happiness and you deserve the best in life, not to be dealing with a bully for the next 30 years of your life. Like, that's not happening. I am not allowing that. Like, we want the positive vibes over here. So my last thing in the friend category is, even though I said to try new things and to branch out and do something that you might have never tried before, stay true to the girly that you are, the girly that I know you are and that I love, and stay true to your morals. Like, of course you're going to change. You're not going to be the same little 6th grader who walked those halls for the first time, but definitely, I don't know, just like, don't forget who you really are inside. Like, don't let people change you. Like, if you came in as this nice, sweet little innocent girl who's kind to everyone they see and always compliments people on like their outfits or their hair and makes other people feel good, don't let someone else come and change that. Like, don't go and join the people who are bullies or starting drama. Like, stay surrounded by good people, and being a loner isn't bad also. Like, if that's what keeps you happy and that's what keeps you a good person, you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, I hope this video like isn't kind of weird. Like, I'm trying my best to give you advice. Like, I don't know how well this is going, but if you're enjoying the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. It really means the world to me, and it helps me see what kinds of videos that you do and you don't like on my channel. Yeah. On to the next category of this middle school advice video. We're going to be going on to how to get good grades. Of course, this is not Harvard, this is middle school. We're literally like 12 years old. But you want to try to get the best grades that you can, and here's how to. First off, take great notes. Like, don't take good notes, don't not take notes at all. Like, take notes and make sure that they are good. Take up the opportunity that your teacher is teaching you something. They might not be the best teacher in the world, but they're trying. So take notes, because they are going to use those in the future on tests and things. Like, I've noticed that I've taken notes in class, and then literally like the exact same thing that I wrote down was on a test, and it was really helpful that I had already been like studying that, and I already know what's going on. So take good notes. Also, participate in class. This can be really hard for like a few different reasons, honestly. Like, for me, I am like really shy in school. May or may not be hard to believe. So sometimes I'm just like nervous to raise my hand, especially if my class isn't filled with like a whole lot of my friends. You might be nervous to raise your hand because you don't know if you know the right answer or not. But either way, if it's one of those reasons or it's something else, girly pie, you need to raise your hand. When you raise your hand and you say the right answer, you get validation that you know your stuff. If you took notes and you know, raise that hand, girly. Like, it works. Bring it up, raise the hand. And even if you didn't study, if you haven't been taking my advice so far, which I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't, still raise that hand. Because if the teacher asks what 1 + 1 is, and you raise your hand, you're like, I don't know, but you say 11, and the teacher is like, no, at least you know that you were wrong, and they're gonna tell you what the right answer is. So now next time on your pop quiz that you had no idea about, you're gonna know that 1 + 1 = 2. So participate in class. It's really going to help you out. My next tip is to put your phone away. Like, of course, we all love our phones so much. We all love social media, we love gaming, we love doing all this stuff. But when you're trying to learn, literally phones are such a big distraction. Like, when your teacher is trying to explain that 1 + 1 = 2, but instead you're snapping your new guy friend, you're probably the person who raised your hand and said 11. So go ahead and put your phone away. Just like put it in your bag, take it out of your pocket, because you know it's like right there on your person. Just put it somewhere else. I know some teachers like allow phones, but just when you're learning, put it away. Also, like when you're studying too, those notifications can be so distracting. So get it out of the room, get it away from you. My last tip in the good grades category is if getting good grades is something that's really important to you, if you work really hard, you will achieve it, you will succeed. I'm going, you got this, I believe in you, sending love from me to you. So, we're not done with this video yet. We have one final category, and that is random stuff that you should know about middle school. So let's get into it. These are in like absolutely no order and makes sense, but like that's why they're in the random stuff category. So first off, bring a water bottle to school. Stay hydrated. You don't want to be the kid that's always thirsty but then doesn't have a water bottle. Like, why didn't you bring one, whether this is like a plastic one? I definitely recommend not using a plastic one and using a reusable fillable water bottle. That's really great, but then you don't have to like keep on raising your hand to go get water. That can really irritate teachers, but then you're also like not missing material. Next thing is to bring chapstick, because you don't want your lips to be dry and flaky and crusty. Like, chapstick is so important, so definitely bring it to school with you. Next random tip for middle school is to be kind. Honestly, being mean is not cool. Like, literally just be kind to people. Literally just complimenting somebody on their outfit or their hair or their makeup that day, it makes that person feel so good, and they're probably gonna be thinking about that compliment all day. Maybe they didn't feel so good that morning, but then you said that, and everything's so much better in the world. So just like, here's a challenge for you. Give a new person a compliment every day at your school, because you're gonna feel good, and especially they're gonna feel good too, which we love. My next tip is to ask help if you need it. This is so important, because if you need help on something and you don't ask, how do you expect to know in the future? Like, how do you expect to learn it? You literally just need to ask help. You might be nervous, like I was talking about earlier, to raise your hand, but maybe you can like ask the teacher privately once like you go into individual work time, or maybe like the class is about to start or the class is about to end. Maybe you like get to that class a bit early or stay a bit late in that class, and you just like talk to the teacher. Then you can really learn something and you won't be so confused. So just ask for help. The next thing is you don't need to wear like a full face of makeup at school. Me personally, I'm makeup free. But if you like to wear makeup, that's totally okay. But like, just like wear a bit of mascara and lip gloss. Like, you don't need like a whole lot. You don't need to go like all out, especially if you have like gym class or anything, and your makeup is just gonna come right on off and it's not gonna be looking cute. It's not gonna be looking cute. Next thing is to keep on studying even once you know the material, or even if like you think you know, keep on studying. Like, even when I have everything in my head, like I was saying, I keep on going over it, even if it gets like to the point that it's like annoying, because I keep on like reading the same thing over and over, because you're not gonna regret it. It's gonna be so helpful in the future. Next thing is to don't give people dirty looks, even if you don't like them. Like, if there's like a bully or an ex-friend or a toxic person, don't like look mean to them, which can be really hard, because I don't know, if you don't like the person, why'd you like, hey, hi, how are you doing? You look so great today. Like, you're probably gonna be like, but don't do that. You don't need to be like all happy and like insanely respect or something, like, because you don't know what that person is going through, and they might have been bullying you because they were insecure. Something was going on at their home that was making them feel like that. So you don't want to like be mean back. Like, if a boy messes with you, he might like you, but don't take it too personal. Like, you might get a bit of butterflies, but don't like, I don't know, start simping over him, or like making your whole life about him, because he's literally just a boy and you're literally like 12 years old. So like, the middle school relationships are something else. Like, that could be a whole nother video. I have 2 more tips. So the first one is to go to the bathroom during passing period rather than like during the class. Of course, if you need to go, then you need to go, but like try your best to go between passing. I know sometimes your passing period is really short or you have a really far walk, so if you can, then I mean go during class, but then you won't be like missing any material or anything, so that's always great. My final tip is to have an amazing time. Literally just have fun, make this a really great experience, because I know you're gonna look back on these years and you're gonna be like, wow, that was so great. And why? Because you watched this video. So I want to thank you guys so much for doing that. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and binge me because you made it to the end, and comment the books emoji if you made it to this point of the video. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Have fun in middle school. Bye guys. Love you, by the way. Bye.